Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, instead of doing a reset this month, I figured we would just do a good old-fashioned TBR video. That is for a couple of reasons. First one being that my mom was staying with me the past couple of days, so there wasn't really time for a reset. And also I've just been insanely busy, so again, wasn't really time for a reset. The third one though, I don't really have much to reset. It would just be a TBR anyway, so I figured we would just make it good old-fashioned TBR. I am going to kind of give it some structure, if you will, breaking it up into sections because I am starting a job this month. I said that in my last reset video, so that didn't age well, obviously. It wasn't for me. I started one today and I'm really excited about it. It's going really well. I'm excited about the opportunity in general, so already better than the last one. Not that the people or anything were bad for the last one, it was just the industry wasn't for me. With that being said, I'm going to be very busy this month. I don't know how much I'm realistically going to be able to read, but I wanted to let you know what's on my radar and the different things, kind of the different elements, the different facets of the month. I'm going to walk you through what I ordered in my book of the month box, some anticipated releases that I'm really excited about this month that I will likely be picking up during the month of April and might take priority over some of the books on my physical TBR. The books that I am currently reading, because I am currently reading a lot of books, then some hopefuls. That's kind of the game plan for this video. I'm really excited to dive right in. I haven't been reading very consistently lately and I want to change that. I also feel like I'm reading a lot of different things right now. It's just, again, such like a weird time. Last month was a really difficult month for me mentally. I'm trying to get myself out of that and kick the doom scrolling habit to the curb and replace it with reading something healthier and, in my opinion, more productive. So all that being said, let's just dive straight in, starting with what I ordered in my book of the month box. I got 4 books in my book of the month box. There were a couple of add-ons that I was really interested in. I also didn't order one last month. I was too late to get to it, so I made up for it with this box, essentially. The first one that I got is also one of my anticipated releases for the month. When Book of the Month was doing it, I was very excited because the first book I got from Book of the Month, so I was hoping my editions would match. And that is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the sequel to Phantasma. Phantasma you can read all on its own. That story wraps up. This one is following the female main character's sister from that book, and I think it's like kind of takes place in Italy. I'm excited. The cover is stunning. I'll insert a picture here. It comes out April 8th, and so I do have to wait to get my box because of that selection, but I honestly think it's worth it and my editions will match. So excited. This one is kind of like gothic fantasy vibes, phantoms and devils, so if you like that, I highly recommend. The first book was definitely a very autumnal vibe, so like if you can hold off, that was the perfect season to read it. I think spring is going to be the perfect season to read Enchantra, so I'm really excited. Then my actual book that I got for my book of the month box was The Sun Was Electric Light. I don't remember who this is by. Let me look it up really quick. But I do know that this one is kind of a rediscovery of yourself kind of story. I don't know. It was just really calling to me, and I think I like contemporary fiction a lot more than I give myself credit to, so I want to try to prioritize reading that this year, because some of my favorite books of all time, when I filmed my 6-star reads video, I was realizing a lot of the books that I really love contemporary fiction, so I need to read more of that and hopefully find more 6-star reads. This is by Rachel Morton. This doesn't come out until July 25th, so if this is something that is intriguing to you, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but if you are a member of Book of the Month, then they are doing it very early. I'm excited about this one. I need to just pull up my Book of the Month thing. Then I got Retreat by Kristen Ritter. The tagline that Book of the Month has for this says, "A sharp-witted scam artist falls into a mess of mistaken identities in this cunning thriller." It says it's a fast read, action-packed, international, graphic violence. We'll see how that goes. It seemed really interesting. It is one of the thriller add-ons, and the cover looked really cool. Plus I love a thriller. So, and lastly, the one that I was going to get last month but didn't place my order in time was Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. This is another thriller that is also a fast read with multiple viewpoints, and the tagline for this one says, "You'll lose count of all the lies told in the suspenseful story about a woman who infiltrates a wealthy couple's home," which also sounds really intriguing. Rylan said that she really liked it, so I got the confirmation from Rylan. I feel like Rylan is the thriller queen. I was like, yeah, 100% add to box. So those are the 4 books that I got from Book of the Month, which kind of seems excessive, but I didn't get one last month, so that's my justification. Moving into the anticipated releases for this month, I already talked about Enchantra, so we won't mention that again. We also have Gifted and Talented, which Book of the Month did do, but I want like the normal edition, and it actually comes out today, April 1st, when I'm filming this. This is by Olivia Blake, and I remember reading the synopsis for this one and being very, very intrigued. I think this one chronicles grief, maybe, and we all know that's one of my favorite things. The story of 3 siblings who, upon the death of their father, are forced to reckon with their long festering rivalries, dangerous abilities, and the crushing weight of all their unrealized adolescent potential. Anyway, I am really excited. Also, I feel like people who have similar taste to me really like Olivia Blake's writing and have enjoyed this, so that just tells me everything that I need to know. Then we have Wild and Wrangled, which is the 3rd book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This one is one of my most anticipated releases, and my most anticipated release for this series because I have been waiting for this love story for such a long time. It's truly such a long time. Also has a single parent trope. He has been in love with her for years. Say less. So excited. I feel like these books have so much fun and charm to them, and they're usually really quick reads, so you can bet your bottom dollar I will probably be marathoning this audiobook. And lastly, I hesitate to say that this is an anticipated release. It is an intriguing release, and that is The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. I did not like The Perfect Marriage. Okay, let's make that clear. One of my least favorite books of last year. However, it was an intriguing plot line, and I swore I was not going to read this, and then I read the synopsis and it was once again a very intriguing plot line. So I will probably be listening to this. Not proud of it, because I didn't like the first book. I need to know what happens, especially after how messy and how many plot holes were in the first book. Maybe those will get wrapped up. It's not at the top of my priority list, but I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't intrigued. And it does come out this month. Those are my anticipated releases. Now let's dive into my current reads. We have a lot of them. Once again, I am mortified. First and foremost, we have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the 1st book in the Gold Rush Ranch series. When I say I'm currently reading this, I am not far in at all. I think I'm still on chapter 1. Yeah, I'm like 7 or 8 pages in. I started the next book that I'm going to show you, and I wanted something a little bit lighter. I want to read all of Elsie Silver's books this year. It wasn't a goal I had until it was like already kind of happening, and then I was like, well, I may as well commit to it. I finished the Chestnut Springs series last month, and so I know she has a release coming out this year in September, so I'm trying to finish and catch up on everything by the time that that book comes out. I needed to go back to her first series and read this. I don't have the highest of expectations, if I'm super honest with you. This is like my before bed book. We're following Vaughn and Billy. It takes place on a ranch. I have not really been introduced to these characters yet. It's a Canadian cowboy romance, probably small town if I had to guess. But yeah, I am excited for this one just because it's, I think, Elsie Silver's first book. But it's like the first book, at least in this world that she created, and I'm excited to see the origins of everything. I have a feeling it'll probably be like 3 stars, but then I can go on to the Rose Hill series once I've completed this, and I have a feeling I'm really going to like that. So I'm excited to be continuing on. Then this one is definitely darker comparatively. It's just dark. I don't know why I said comparatively. God of Malice by Raina Kent. I went ahead and grabbed this last month. I am 10% of the way through this, so not very far in. Let's see if I can find where I am. I'm like 50, 60 pages into this one. This one is a dark romance, and the MMC is a psychopath, like an actual psychopath. The first couple of chapters are very dark. I haven't read a dark romance in such a long time, but here we are. I've heard so many good things about the Legacy of Gods series, so I wanted to give it a try. I don't fully know how I feel about it yet. It's like boarding school, mafia school situation, kind of, and it takes place in England, or like the UK. We'll see how I fare. This was going to be my before-bed book, but it was just a little too dark. That's why I'm kind of flipping between Elsie Silver and this. We're following Glyndon and Killian. They meet when Glyndon is on the edge of a cliff and Killian starts taking pictures of her. It's interesting. Next, we have one that I was reading in my 24-hour readathon vlog with Lindsay. If I can get a good schedule, there will be a lot of content this month because I have so many videos that I am behind on editing. So just keep that in mind. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. I was reading this, like I said, for our 24-hour readathon. I got 27 chapters in. I'm on page 186 and I just stopped. I don't know why, because I was really enjoying it and I have thought about picking this up so many freaking times. I think I was in a little bit of a reading slump, still probably am, also like a life slump, but I want to finish this and potentially Rebel Witch if I can finish this, you know, with enough of the month left to read Rebel Witch. It is quick, it is YA. I haven't really been reading tons of YA fantasy in recent years, but I'm liking this. This one is a forbidden enemies to lovers forced proximity kind of situation. We are following our main character Rune, who is a witch, but witches in this world are being unalived if they are found, and so she goes undercover. She's known as the Crimson Moth. Nobody knows who the Crimson Moth really is though, and she saves witches from like being executed. And Gideon, who is a witch hunter, and they have to team up because he wants the Crimson Moth and she is trying to save a witch, or the witches that he is hunting. So they like use each other for information, and they're doing like a game of cat and mouse kind of dance. Really liking this. I know a lot of people like this one and then love the second one, so that's kind of what I'm holding out for, and a lot of people say that the plot twist at the end of this is pretty good too. I have two books by the same author, one of which I know you guys know I've been reading for a minute, which is Magnolia Park's Into the Dark, of course, by Jessa Hastings. I did read some of this last month, so round of applause for me. Thank you so much. I am on page 260. It is devastating. It is breaking my heart piece by piece in the most spectacular way. I love it so much. I just genuinely don't want it to be over. I cannot let go of these characters to save my life. That is why it is taking me so long, but I would just like to make more progress this month if I can. I think my goal will be to have this wrapped up by June, which means I need to make some progress for sure. And then another one of my most anticipated releases that I did not mention because I already have it in my hands, Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. This one is a standalone following Georgia and her brother Oliver, who fall in love with the same guy Sam after their father passes away. It deals with grief. I believe it deals with addiction, humanity, as Jessa's books often do. She said that this is her healthiest, stable, well-rounded main character, just in that like it's not toxic on her end type of situation. I am so excited about this. I have seen so many good reviews. 16 pages in and I already have the inkling that this will be a 5-star, so I'm very excited about this one. And then lastly, if I can squeeze them in this month, two more books that I really want to read, my hopefuls. Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I don't know why I feel the need to read this month, but I have been kind of craving a cozy fantasy. I really liked the first book and I want to read the second one while I still remember at least most of the details from the first one and before the third one comes out this summer. I am very excited about this one. This, like I said, is a cozy fantasy. In the first book, we are following our main character Evie, who is an assistant to the villain in her town, and I believe someone is trying to unalive him and she has to like keep saving his life, but she's just the assistant, so she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not the mastermind here. It is so funny. Evie is like oblivious. She's not dumb. She's just a little naive. And it's fun. I really, really like it. I like the way that it's told. I like the writing style. It's really short chapters, which we all know I love. So yeah, I would like to read this one if I can. And lastly, Rivals by Jilly Cooper. This one is quite the undertaking, but my mom and I said we would buddy read it together. It's like 700 pages, but I had my mom watch the show with me and she loved it. I had already seen it. I just needed her to see it and she was obsessed with it. So we both have a copy of the book and I think we're going to read it together this month, but I need to like figure out how many pages a day that would be and if we should split it up like to more than just this month. I am really excited to read this, especially read it with my mom and hopefully get more answers and all of that than the show kind of gave us. But I am so excited for season 2 whenever it comes out. If anyone wants to tell me when that's coming out, that would be fantastic. Those are all of the books that are on my radar for this month. I am going to get to editing this video and so many others, so I love y'all so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to some of the content that I have coming this month. If you want to, I would love if you would stick around and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. But love y'all so much. I hope you're doing well, reading, mentally, and otherwise. Let me know what you're planning on reading this month or what you read last month and really enjoyed that you think I should read. With all that being said, I will see you guys in my next video very soon. Bye, guys.